Hey tea people! As we go into the fall and cooler days, there's nothing better to warm the soul than a hot cup of roasted green tea. This episode is all about Hojicha, or roasted Japanese tea. The name Hojicha is made up of two parts, hojiru, meaning to roast, and cha, meaning tea. Hojicha was traditionally made of bancha, or leaves picked later in the season, but it has recently exploded in popularity. Now you can get Hojicha made from sencha, kukicha, which is tea made from stems, and even gyokuro. You can even get Hojicha tea powder, which is like the Hojicha version of matcha. And there's a lot of different ways that people have found to enjoy Hojicha. Hojicha lattes, Hojicha tea with sweet vanilla cream, Hojicha bubble tea, Hojicha gelato, Hojicha roasted green tea chiffon cake, Hojicha pinwheel cookies, Hojicha roasted green tea milk jam spread. Hojicha has taken over the tea world by storm, or more like by fog. Kyoto fog, that is. Although it depends on what type of green tea it's made from, Hojicha contains very little caffeine, around 2 to 7 milligrams per cup. For this reason, it's often drunk in the evening and even given to children. Now, before you get all upset about green tea being given to kids, let's put this in perspective and take a look at some stats. Stats. It's numbers time! Coffee. Maybe you like to share a nice cup of joe with your preschooler? I don't know. Sounds like a bad idea for a number of reasons, but 8 fluid ounce weighs in at between 70 to 140 milligrams, or a whopping average of 94.8 milligrams of caffeine. Decaf coffee only? You're still looking at 7 milligrams of caffeine. Drinking green tea for the health benefits? Yeah, that's 35 milligrams. Do your kids eat chocolate? 100 grams of milk chocolate, or about the size of a chocolate bar, contains around 20 milligrams of caffeine. Even a tablespoon of cocoa powder contains 12.4 milligrams. Maybe your kids only eat the healthy stuff. Dark chocolate only in your house. 100 grams of dark chocolate, 43 milligrams of caffeine. So you might as well give them that half cup of coffee. Don't actually give them half a cup of coffee. At 2 to 7 milligrams per cup, Hojicha is looking pretty good. Actually, it's a great tea to convert your coffee friends. A lot of coffee drinkers like its rich roasted flavor, and coffee is often considered part of its scent profile. Here's a bit of Hojicha history. Hojicha is a relatively new tea. It was developed in 1920s Kyoto, Japan. Japanese tea was traditionally picked by hand, but to meet the demand of a global audience, Japan had to mechanize production. Tea harvesting machines created waste, leaving bits of leaf, stem, and twigs behind. As an island, Japan's resources are very limited, so Japanese culture tends to be very conscious of waste. The story goes that a farmer or tea merchant tried roasting the waste tea over a charcoal fire. It was delicious and it smelled divine. And so, Hojicha was born. It soon became the fashion for tea shops across Japan to roast green tea. The sweet, nutty smell of the freshly roasting leaves beckoned customers into their shops. How about the health benefits? Well, you're primarily looking at L-theanine and vitamins A, C, and E. It's considered a stress-busting tea and a better choice for caffeine-sensitive tea drinkers than traditional green teas. Hojicha leaves are browned from the roasting process, and the tea liquor is a warm golden color. So this one I steep for a bit long, so it's a bit dark, but it can be like a yellowy brown to a much darker kind of Rhone red, like this here. Like coffee, it tastes nutty, kind of smoky, and even with a hint of dark chocolate. Hojicha specialty shops have different roasts, just like coffee, like gold roast or dark roast, so you can buy whichever suits your taste. It's great iced or cold brewed in the summertime, so refreshing. And it's so nice in the evening, that hot, smoky flavor. I've got 2 types here. This one is made of leaf only for the most part. It is probably a bancha. And this one seems to be kind of smaller particles and have a lot of stems. There's a bit of a difference in weight too, so keep that in mind if you're measuring it out for a recipe. This has way more volume for the weight. I was trying to measure out 16 grams to make 2 latte servings, and it literally would not fit in my largest steeper. So you just have to use your common sense and adjust accordingly depending on what kind you have. Well, now for the part you're probably all waiting for. That's actually not that bad. It tastes kind of like eating a chocolate covered coffee bean without the chocolate. So I guess just like eating a roasted coffee bean. But it doesn't have the bitterness or the astringency that like a green tea or an oolong has when you eat it. Probably be really nice as part of a rub for some kind of meat. Yeah, well, that was interesting. It definitely tastes better in the cup. I hope you enjoyed this episode on Hojicha. Thank you so much for watching. Don't forget to like and subscribe. Ring the bell down below to be notified whenever we post a video. And if you love tea, join the Facebook group at facebook.com/group/teacrazed. And remember, if you drinky, flick the pinky. Bye for now.